you don't mind, I'll just go through the counselling process with you again. Okay. Usually the counselling sessions themselves run for about an hour. Cost around $100 an hour, and I like to see my clients at least once a week, unless we decide together that you need a little bit more help. The confidentiality is in place unless I think you are going to harm someone or you are going to self-harm, in which case I do have to report. I do take my sessions, but they can be stopped whenever you want. All you have to do is say stop. And rest assured, the only people that are going to see these videos are colleagues of mine or my tutor. Okay. Now, what can I do for you?
I've been told by friends that I should talk to someone about my spending habits.
Okay.
I'm financially screwed. I'm in debt. Like, way over my head there.
Okay, and why do you think this is?
I can't stop spending.
Is there a specific item that just grabs you and makes you want to spend more, or?
Not really. I find that I spend when I'm depressed.
So you think depression is your trigger?
More than likely.
Is it any particular kind of depression, or is it just any depression?
Good question. I'd probably say when I'm having difficulty with family or emotional depression.
Okay. And when this emotional depression comes on, is it an immediate thing that you want to go and spend?
No, it can be around for about a day or so, and then it's like, well, why not? It like cheers me up. I mean, I know I shouldn't. I'm behind on my rent, but I'm wanting to spend it anyway.
So on one hand, you know you haven't got the money to spend, but you're telling me you still go and spend it.
Yes, which is what brings me here to hopefully talk through my problems and to get me back on track financially.
Okay. Now, when you say you're in debt, does this mean you've got a credit card bill that's or you just flat broke it? No, you're just paying from your paycheck.
I've got about 3 credit cards. One has about $50,000 debt. The other one about 15,000. And the third one has got about 200K on it.
Okay. Well, you must have a good job.
I'm currently unemployed.
There's a problem.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any steps that you've taken?
Got it? Credit card?
Well, that's a good step.
Two of them.
Which one?
The 200K and the 50.
Okay. Have you contacted the people, the credit card company?
Actually trying to dodge their calls at the moment.
Okay.
Because talking to them brings me some more discussions about my financial state and how I really want to be.
So it's a vicious circle.
Yes.
You talk to them, you get depressed.
I don't know why.
Okay. Well, what would you like to see happen?
I'd like to learn techniques to help bring me out of my depression, to be able to curb my spending habits.
Okay. You can do that. Have you tried anything?
I sure do have.
No, that's the one thing we're trying to stop.
Well, my friends have always told me to go for a walk or base jumping or do something to get my some people say I'm overqualified. I would say, they're going in a different direction compared to that.
Okay. So, what do you picture that you can do to help you coming through this question? If you say you try cooking or going for a walk, other than spending, what makes you happy?
Music, exercise.
So instead of spending, you're walking there.
I know. That is what I'm proud.
Okay, so you mean like you're really hard and sweaty. So,
Yes.
okay. Do you think perhaps next time something negative happens, you could, instead of go for a walk, go for a jog?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, there's plenty of ways to do hard sweaty exercise at home, such as push-ups.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
get some tins out the cupboard and use them as weights. Do you think that would help?
Yeah, that would keep my mind off of things.
Would keep your mind off of things? Do you think, thinking of ways of what you could use to exercise?
Yes, that would help.
Okay. So, if that helps alter your perception with the depression, do you think that would then alter your perception on wanting to go and spend money?
I think it would help bring me out of my depression, which would, and then I wouldn't want to go and buy something to gratify myself, I guess.
Make yourself happy.
Yeah.
Cheer yourself up.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you talked to you mentioned you've got a boyfriend.
Yes.
Have you talked to him about this? I mean, how does he feel about it?
We're going through a rough patch at the moment, which also doesn't help with the
The
depression.
depression, so
Yes.
therefore you
Yes.
spend.
I feel like I'm going back to my childhood when my parents broke up. And I was about 8 at the time. I was very depressed and down back then.
And what got you out of that depression?
They both bought me stuff.
Do you see the link?
I do. They bought me stuff and it got me happy, and I brought it into my childhood, my adulthood. Childhood.
Well, we all were children
Yes.
at some stage. In our adult.
I guess I just haven't figured out a way to cope with it properly.
Well, that's one of the goals. Sorry about that. Obviously in a very noisy area. That's something that we can set down as one of your goals.
Probably should talk about the divorce as well. Never really got to talk about it within my family.
Well, on the list of what you want to deal with first, the divorce, spending habits, your debt.
I would have to go spending habits first, because that's the major issue, because if I can't get that under control, then my debt's going to just keep getting worse.
Yeah. So what, for that specific problem, what do you think you could do to relieve that tension? What's a step you could take, do you think?
Well, in the end, it's all material stuff. It doesn't equate happiness. So I could go through basically the crap I bought and donate to charities.
Do you think maybe a better option might be, I mean, that's a good option, but would maybe a garage sale be better, because that could then bring some income in to help you pay off your debt?
I could do a pile of one thing for garage sale month. Yeah, that'd help.
And what was the last thing you bought?
A pair of Jimmy Choo shoes.
Okay, and you still got the receipt for them?
Yes.
Take them back. Do you think that would be a viable option for you to do?
Well, it would give me $1,500. A Jimmy Choo.
Yes, but you've got to think of your goal.
Yes, you're right. I know you're right.
one of your things to do before I see you next time
Okay.
is to try and make a bit of a dent. Make a sacrifice
Okay, I can do that.
of Jimmy Choo shoes.
Oh, I'm such a girl.
Well, that's not such a bad thing, is it?
No. Well, it is on my wallet, but we won't go there at the moment.
Okay. So, the first thing you want to deal with is the spending.
Yes.
And what would be your next biggest issue?
I suppose the debt and the spending are sort of combined, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, then I guess it would have to be the divorce, because that is what part of the depression. Because it's coming up to a big time where my family get together, and every time my parents get in the same room, I need alcohol.
Don't tell me we have an alcoholic problem.
No. It's once a year.
Right, okay. I was going to say, I can, put that down on the list as well.
No, I'm okay with the alcohol.
Okay. Well, we can revisit that if it becomes a problem. Okay? Just, keep that in mind.
Okay.
What exactly with your parents is the issue? Do you know? Do you think you know?
I don't know what's going on between those two. I honestly don't. I mean, I know my mother's got a new boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
It's about, 30, she's about 50. That's not going over well with my dad. Of course, though, he's, got plenty of floozies coming in and out. And they're still trying to, I guess when I was younger with them buying me things, they would do that to try and get me on their side.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, now they're competing in a different way for my affection, to be on their side.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
Awful. I mean, they're my parents. I love them. I don't want to have to choose.
No. What do you feel about their partners?
I don't feel anything about them, really.
Did they stick around a long time, or?
My dad's latest girlfriend has stuck around for about 5 months now.
Mm-hmm.
Getting close to breaking a record for him. My mum, she'll probably have a new guy every 2 months. So, I'm not calling it slots or anything, but, I think they're
But you are.
No, I think they're trying to get at each other. To see who can get the youngest, the prettiest.
And at the same time, they're dragging you into it.
Exactly.
Okay. Have you got siblings?
I'm an only child.
I see. So you're really caught in the middle of it.
Yes.
How do you think it would go down in the family function area if you asked them to keep their prospective partners away, just have family?
They wouldn't do that. They like the drama that it causes between each other. They like to show off their latest acquisition.
Okay. What do you think would make it better? How do you think it'd be better?
They could go talk to someone. Leave me out of it.
Yeah, that's a good option. Have you suggested that to them?
I've never known how to address it to them.
Well, we can practice that if you'd like.
Yes.
We can, do a role play in a later session once we've got everything tied up in a neat little bow.
Yeah.
Your goals
That'd be great.
and your wishes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got 1. We're dealing with the debts and the spending.
Yes.
2, we're going to discuss how to approach your family and see if you can find a way to do it that's comfortable for you.
Yeah.
What else can we do?
Well, I did say my boyfriend and I were having problems.
Mm-hmm.
Partly is due to because of my debt.
Could it be that you're projecting your parents' troubled relationship onto your relationship? Is that possible?
Yeah, it could be very possible actually. Because I guess because I was so young when they got divorced, I figured, well, it's not going to last.
Mm-hmm.
So why bother trying?
Your relationship's not going to last.
Well, any relationship really.
Is this your first serious relationship?
No, I'd say it's my first serious relationship, like where I've actually moved in with the guy.
And you think it's doomed to fail?
Didn't work out for my parents.
But you're not your parents.
I guess I didn't have a very good relationship role model happening when I was young.
What would be your idea of a good role model? Because everybody's idea of a role model is different.
Mine would have to be a loving couple who doesn't fight non-stop, who didn't divorce because someone forgot to bring something home. You know, don't bring their child in the middle of their relationship issues.
Mm-hmm.
Just two people who work together to make it work,
Mm-hmm.
and who love each other unconditionally.
And you didn't see this?
No.
Do you think, again, you've brought this into your adulthood, and therefore that's, again, part of the reason you spend so much?
I think it has damaged me towards...
And relationships.
Yeah. I think it's damaged me towards being able to... Sorry.
That's okay.
Being able to function as an adult
Mm-hmm.
properly. Because I was taught, well, I was shown that if you're depressed, buy something else to give up.
And it worked for you for a little while?
Yeah. And now I'm in debt, and it's not working so much anymore.
And
it's like a routine.
And what does your boyfriend say about all this?
That we're not my parents, that spending and getting in debt isn't going to solve anything.
Is he willing to help you get out of debt?
Yes. He's even taken on a second job for me.
Do you think he needs to come in with you so that you can sort out your problems that you're having with him?
I think it would be open to that. I think it might help us discuss freely about my concerns about my family. I mean, he doesn't understand why I'm so scared of a relationship because of my parents. So a safe environment might help.
Mm-hmm. You could do a bit of role model playing there as well. You could speak what you think he would say to you,
Yep.
and he can say to you what he thinks you're saying or going through, and then maybe you'll be able to get each other's perspective.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Okay. Because it all seems to stem or lead back to your childhood and your parents. Do you think maybe the goal should be dealing with the parent situation, which will then hopefully lead to stop not being depressed, which will then lead to not spending.
Yeah.
So do you think maybe the goal should be the parents first, dealing with how you feel about that, and then everything else hopefully we can work on at the same time, but focus on the parent situation? Do you think that would help you more?
I think I should have come talk to you a long time ago. That actually makes a lot of sense to me.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you know what your goal is when you leave here.
Bye-bye, Jimmy Choos.
That's right, bye-bye, Timmy Choos. And you're going to try and do a garage sale and maybe recoup some of the money? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Do you think there's anything else?
I could try to take some odd jobs on. I know there are some people in our building who need cleaning done.
Until you can get a full-time job?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I could do that. Earn some extra money that way.
So does this feel like a positive step for you?
Feels great.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Is there anything else at the moment that you would want to talk about?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're positive?
Yeah. I'm
Okay. All right. Well, if you want to leave it there, I'm happy to leave it there. And I'll see you again next week.
Cool.
And you'll try and take those steps.
Yes.
And we'll go further into discussing your parent situation.
Okay.
And organise maybe for a session with your boyfriend later on.
Awesome.
Okay?
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.